On a small back street in Mount Joy lies a brewery. It was built in the 1860s and then taken over by a German immigrant named Alois Bube. During that time period, the town tavern was a main center of commerce, providing food, lodging, and fine brews. While every town had a tavern, this one is different. Bube's brewery was built directly on top of a massive cavern system, composed mainly of limestone.
The caves were enlarged and dug out and blasted larger, and then lined with stone. There's a heavy stone lining inside the caves that turns them into a very usable cellar. That's where they used to have large casks of beer to age or lager the beer down there.
When Prohibition went into effect in the 1920s, the Bube family had a backup plan to stay afloat.
During Prohibition, what they did, fortunately, the tavern hotel aspect of it is what saved it. The family continued to live here, and they served some illegal booze during Prohibition. It was a speakeasy.
It is suspected that a mafia-connected supplier kept the spirits flowing during those dry years. While that tale is speculation, it is true that Bube had a granddaughter with a mental illness. Instead of being placed in an institution, she was kept on this property, where she wanders the back halls to this day.
She's been seen, I'm going to say, around 20 times by all different people, many of which had heard nothing of this person, but they all seem to describe her the same way. I can't explain that any other way than it's some sort of ghost.
Bube's granddaughter isn't the only dark spot in this building's colorful history. The cavern system underfoot is rumored to have been a stop on the Underground Railroad. With so much history and mystery swirling around the brewery, it is no wonder that people don't feel alone when they are here.
We were having those little bit of conversation before we all went to bed, and we heard this stomp, 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 and actually felt it through the floorboards across the floor. And all three of us looked at each other, all experienced the same thing.
Perhaps a brief stop at this small-town brewery will have you questioning if ghosts really exist.
The most haunted places seem to be places where a lot of people were and things happen, and no place where people more commonly in and out of than an old tavern.
You've seen the building, and you've heard their story. Now it's time for you to decide. For Haunted Lancaster, I'm Peter Taraborelli.